Alright guys, it's Matt again, and I've kept you waiting far too long, so let's get out of Area 51. And to get out of Area 51 we'll have to do some things, but we'll get to those things when we get to those things, so let's just get started.
What the hell do you think you're doing? This is supposed to be a sealed room. Don't you know anything about autopsy procedures?
Well, I do know that first the subject should be deceased.
Much for procedures.
Director Easton will hear about this young lady. You can't take that. It's government property. This is intolerable. It's unprofessional.
Can you really own an alien? He's moving awfully casually right now.
Overconfident thief deals with our gas defense system.
Now, I was gonna actually say I wondered why Joanna didn't kill these guys, but I think she knew that they were grossly incompetent.
Yes.
No! That wasn't meant to happen!
And they're going to die a hero's death, and we're going to leave with the alien. Now, I should say that this opening 10 seconds took me about 7 or 8 tries, because as you will see, the doors open automatically, and I'm pushing an alien on a gurney, and that's very difficult to do, so I picked the one where I got stuck the least.
Joanna, this is Jonathan. You're in grave danger. They flooded the area with nerve gas.
You don't say.
Get a friend to the containment lab. There's a hiding place there.
Alright, we're going to go to the containment lab, and if you do so in, I think it's less than 45 seconds or a minute, you unlock a secret weapon, which is a remote mine, and we'll get to that later.
Need to meet up. They're getting suspicious of me.
So as you might have guessed, we need to hook up with Jonathan and get out of here and back to the Carrington Institute, so we're going to make our way that way.
Hook up with Jonathan before he gets into any more trouble.
There's another man looking for a dance partner. And I have to be honest here, this is actually my second recording, and the first time the audio was lost. So I'm going to try to get up for this one, but I'm not quite sure that I can do so. So we're going to head down this ramp, and we're going to find the remote mines that we unlocked by getting Elvis to the containment lab in under 45 seconds. Now, at this point, I've noticed that normally in Area 51 levels, I don't know if it's because the guns are much bigger, all the guards are carrying super dragons, but I find myself shooting the guns out of enemies' hands quite often. That's useful, but it's a waste of bullets, because once they die, they drop them anyway, don't they?
That smell. Oil. I smelt that in the other hangar.
I'm not sure why she's stunned by the fact that she's smelling oil in a hangar, but I guess that's going to remain a mystery. It might have something to do with the fact that those are oil containers. Maybe she's letting us know that they're flammable and that we can shoot them and kill people. But we'll be back to that area in just a moment. Now then, we have to revive Elvis because as I said earlier, he is not dead, he is sleeping. To do that, we need to get an alien med pack, which is behind that locked door. And in order to unlock that locked door, we need to flip a switch. And in order to flip that switch, we need to break this glass. So we're going to break this glass, we're going to flip this switch, and we're going to unlock that door and get the alien med pack. Because even though we were going into this mission to rescue someone who we figured was very, very ill, we didn't bring any medicine, so we have to steal it. Now, no one has called me cheap for using the grenade launcher in the comments, but I'm going to address it anyway, mainly because the reason no one has called me cheap in the comments is because I don't get very many comments, or views for that matter. But this game is very difficult at points. Guards will swarm on you, especially in this mission, so I do believe the grenade launcher is a good balance. In fact, it sort of tips the scales in our favor. So around this corner we're going to find Jonathan. He's going to say 2 lines, that's the first. The second line he says is the key moment where guards will spawn right there. It is the trigger. See? There they are. So we're going to blast that horde of enemies and make our way back to the oil-smelling hangar. This area, if you know where everyone is, it's not a problem, but Your first instinct, if this is your first time playing this level, is to turn left there because it's the way you came, and those guards will spawn behind you and shoot you in the back. But we have a grenade launcher, so that won't be a problem. And we've cleared that area out, so Jonathan, you won't get into any trouble over here, will you? No, you won't. Now around this corner here there is a guard posted, but I'm going to forget that, and I'm going to blast him from 2 feet away and not actually take that much damage. Normally what you do is you bounce a grenade off that wall like a pro, and it takes care of him before he even can see you, but I forgot to do that. Now where is Jonathan? Oh, apparently there's still a guy back there, so we need to kill him through the wall as he screams in agony. Now, through this door, this is something that you need to know to be able to pull it off. There will be 4 guards standing here in a nice straight line for you to blast. That is one place where you could use the rocket launcher. No, the remote mine. They start with the same letter, so it's close enough. But I decided not to use the remote mine because, I don't know, I have a grenade launcher. There's really no point to doing so. Alright, here we need to guard Jonathan as he hacks a door or a wall, plants mines on it or something, I don't know. I found that the best way to do this is to stand over here on the right and shoot grenades against the edge of the door, because logic would dictate that they need to be next to the door to open the door, and if you blast the door they will also be blown to pieces. Or thrown about, like in GoldenEye. That was one of my favorite things about GoldenEye, the way that people flew in the air from explosions. So we're going to blast that guy, and the door is going to be blasted open. We're going to forget to reload and almost get killed. Now, as you can see, we're almost dead, but we're almost at the end of the mission, so if we're careful, we're going to be okay. So let's take care of this guy and go bring Elvis back to life. Alright, here you're going to see something interesting. Guards are going to come down this ramp here, but the grenades are going to slide up the top as if they are coated in butter. So that's another area where the remote mines may have come in handy, but if you shoot enough, you will eventually meet your goal.
I'm alive! I thought I'd be chopped up like the others by now. You're from the Institute, aren't you? I recognize you from before. You helped me. Thank you.
You speak our language?
Watch her, she's sharp.
No, I was going to make fun of that, but that actually is pretty funny.
What's wrong?
I have a headache. And with a head this big, that's no joke.
That, however, is a hack joke.
Can you walk? We must leave before they get organized and hunt us down.
They're never going to get organized, Joanna. Haven't you played this game before?
What's your name?
I'm Agent Dark, or Joanna, if you'd prefer.
Well, Joanna, I'm Protector 1. But you can call me Elvis.
No, I just realized she's still wearing the disguise from the previous mission. I guess that would make sense, and it didn't deteriorate after a minute and a half. So we're going to blast this horde of guards. I was going to mention something here. Oh, yes. Elvis mentions that he thought he would be chopped up like the others by now. Later on, we're going to see what he means. There's a bonus mission at the end of the game called Mayan SOS, where you play as Elvis in this level, and it shows how he got the SOS out to the Carrington Institute that he needed rescuing. That comes later, and we'll get to that.
Problem. It's a single-seater. 2 can get in, but no more.
It's
So
the
not
only
3?
way out of here.
Plus, it's got no style. You know what I'm saying?
You're the only
don't.
one who can fly it, Elvis, so get in.
Not really sure what alien spaceship style looks like.
But we can't leave you behind. There must
Sure we
be a
can.
way out of here.
I'll get out on that hover bike. Now cover me while I open the doors.
Alright, so there's about 3 or 4 ways to beat this mission. At this point, you could run into Jonathan, tell him you changed your mind, and that you'll get out on the hover bike. But we're going to let him do it the way he wants, but that's going to make him meet his unfortunate end. Because if you get out on the hover bike and let Jonathan leave with Elvis, he will be around to help you in a later mission. But we're going to let him die because we don't care. So at this point we just need to lob grenades in this general direction so that no one kills Jonathan while he's opening the hangar bay doors. And as soon as he finally gets around to that, we're going to magically be teleported into Elvis's spaceship and we'll be on our way. Okay, so that's Area 51 Escape. We're done with that whole level until later. So next we're going to actually try to protect the president. Won't you join me then? I'm sure you will.